And we are live as we enter the final week and the final night, indeed, of the LHL regular season for Season 14. I'm Winners with the One. I'm here with Aila, and we're here to bring you all the action. As always, 6 big teams, 3 big games. New York Rangers will be taking on Vegas first with a game that has playoff implications. Carolina will be taking on Chicago, and the LA Kings versus Calgary to round things out. Should be a good one. Now, from what I understand, if Vegas wins or even gets an overtime win, they will secure the 4th playoff spot. Now, 3 of these spots are already locked in. Chicago's in there. This New York team is in there. And, of course, Calgary. I think they might be tied for first right now. I'm not sure. They're talking about it right now. I was thinking that that Carolina had a chance too, if I'm not mistaken. It'll all be sorted out by the end of the night, though, as the playoffs start this weekend. But unfinished business tonight with the league. Are we already getting underway? Wow, okay. For New York in red, Meat Sale. Shout out to Meat Sale. Dick McButts, Doodle Bob, Dr. Germs, and Marchie. For Vegas in red, Provorov, Taser, PK Paching, Self Plug, and Tanuk V. Some strong lineups and a strong shot to start things off as PK Paching already being called upon to make a big stop as the New York attack, which has been relentless all season, gets off to a flying start here just a few seconds in. And they'll fire it through again. Looking for the tip in front was Doodle Bob. But puck still moving around now. Taser will go for the long pass. He's got Self Plug on the break. A tipped pass, though. We'll keep it away from him. Goes back for it. And Marchie's going to get loose. Possible break here. As he will drop pass it to Dick McButts, who has been stellar as always. And he'll send it through the middle. And the shot will sail over the net. It's back in again. And a little extra on that pass. So not able to knock it down. Provorov will have this one get away from him on the other side. And we're already seeing a lot of back and forth. This should be a very lively game, as New York looking to continue their success. And Provorov will shoot and score as he pegs the top corner. Self Plug on the assist. And Vegas looking for that 4th and final playoff spot will take a lead. About 2 minutes in. And so this long shot will be stopped by PK Paching. And Self Plug will move it across. Tanuk V is there. And they quickly try to set something up down low. But this will go back in the other direction. Doodle Bob. Taser holds it up along the boards. He'll send it down to Provorov, who will again use the boards on the other side to keep this going. And sliding around it will be Tanuk V. But here comes New York. And here comes Taser to reject that attempt. And so New York just trying to fire it out of their zone and look for those quick passes. And Vegas having none of it right now. They are all over the place, grabbing these pucks, keeping possession. And and playing definitely with the urgency of a team that has their playoffs on the line. Yeah, if you guys in chat know any of these playoff scenarios, yes, please. Yeah. So if Carolina wins tonight and Vegas loses, then Carolina gets in. But if any other scenario means that Vegas advances. So yeah, whether they win, yeah, thank you, Parabola. Whether it's an overtime win or a regulation time win for Vegas, it is playoff time for Vegas. So yeah, that's why they are playing with a little more spring in their step. And with 1 minute left, they will work it out of their own zone. It will be Chinook V on the attack to begin things. You'll see Provorov and Self-Plug skating forward. He takes the shot himself. Save made, meets Sale. And they will try again here. They're just holding it at their own blue line every time it comes through. So big work in the back from Taser and Chinook V to really keep the pressure on this very strong New York team. But a breakaway attempt, a shot. It looked like it was blocked on its way in. And trying to slap one against the side here is Dick McButts. But it will not go. 13 seconds. New York will reload. And Taser from long distance, and that will travel over the crossbar and indeed over the net. So they will call a timeout here, I think. Yes, they will get 1 minute for their timeout as Vegas calls theirs. One of the additions to the game that the community has added, and one that people tend to use. So, okay. So, yeah, they've got somebody that needed to have a restart of their game. So. But this is Hockey Question Mark. It is a game that is made by Cryptic C. You can get it at hockeyquestionmark.com or check it out at r/hockeyquestionmark on Reddit, where the community tends to gather. And I got to talk to Cryptic C this week, Alex and Luke, for the first time ever, to play a few rounds of golf for work groups with the guys. And they are full of cool ideas to add to the game. Some of it may go in, some of it may not. Right now, they're just kind of spitballing ideas. How would you like a trophy case for your team's victories? How would you like a coach that paces back and forth on the bench, so your GMs or whoever, your Gabes or whoever, can walk back and forth and gesture at people in the box? I don't know. Some of those were just pretty fanciful ideas being thrown out, but I can tell you that further development is happening, and they've been watching the Friday Night Hockey in the 62 version, and they're definitely going to do a lot more with it, and maybe some fixes that come back down to 55, but nothing guaranteed. But now Taser to start things off. The shot, save made, meets Sale. And exciting second period. This is going to be happening here, no doubt. Another big stop as Meatsell again reaches up to tap this away. And so Vegas on the attack early here in the second period. At the 4:20 mark, it will be cleared away, and PK Paching will handle the puck now. But yeah, they're very excited about the game of hockey ? And the fact that the community is thriving here in North America. Shot save, beautifully done. PK Paching will turn this aside. And both goalies have been called upon to make some fantastic saves here early on. We're not even halfway through regulation time in this game. But still a 1-0 lead, and if Vegas can hold on, they're in the playoffs. We can't say too much about a 1-goal lead in the LHL because that is not a lead you can rest comfortably on at this level of play. We've seen that over and over. So now, dumped in. A race for it. And New York will try to go on the attack. Dick McButts, always a dangerous presence. He'll get this over to Marchie. The shot, save made. And he'll circle around. And Dick McButts will fire it in. PK Paching will stop the wide angle shot there. So now self-plug. We'll begin things from the back. Provorov coming up for this. The drop to Tanuk V. As he will send it across, wide open is self-plug. And might have a chance here at the face-off circle, but Dick McButts is there. Taser also there. He will keep this in play. And Meatsell coming out big to just clear this out of the zone. And so things starting to open up a little bit offensively and defensively here in this period. Long shot will go wide. And McButts, he's good on the wraparounds as well as the shots from distance. But not able to do anything with that. Self-plug will fire one in. We'll send this up to Taser. Shot coming across, not going in the crease. And a protracted battle here along the boards. The puck in the corner. And Vegas still pouring it on. Dr. Germs will gain the puck. And PK Paching will carry it around. Self-plug now. Over to Tanuk V. He will dump it in. Provorov is there. He tries to send this into the slot. That pass is blocked. And now Dr. Germs is loose with some room. He will try to get it to Dick McButts in front. But that will go back the other way. Now here's Marchie from long distance. What a save! And the rebound attempt does not go. Now, some tremendous work from both goalies here in this game. PK Paching has been good. Meatsell has been good. And it's a wonder that this game is still 1-0. But it is, with 18 seconds left as we wind down this second period. You know, we say the third period is often the most important period of a hockey game. And I think doubly so in this case. As Vegas saw the shot at the last minute. Meatsell will hold on. And Vegas playing for their playoff lives. Remember that the playoffs start next week with the semifinals. And we will be here next Thursday to cover whichever of those series. There will be two. There will be 4 teams out of the 6. If there are games 5, 6, and 7 of any of those, we will be here on Thursday to cover them. And don't forget to check out Parabola and the guys at the HQM Network for the rest on Sunday and Tuesday. I don't know how many sweeps we'll get this time around. One thing about this season, it's a little like last season in that there are two teams that had a whole lot more points. Oh, a chance in front. Too many bodies. And we'll see if those two teams carry that into the playoffs. Here's a shot, self-plug, top shelf, where Mama keeps the cookies. Taser on the assist, and Vegas has opened up a 2-0 lead about a minute into the third period. And this could be it for Vegas. Can they hold on? And Jeet Laura, some extra commentary there. Also, one of the casters. But he's not casting this game. Oh, what a stop there. As PK Paching does get a handle on that quickly dropping puck. And Provorov will be quickly blocked as he attempts a shot on the other side. Now here is New York with the puck. And Vegas circling. They're just able to control things very well. They have been all game. And they've kept somebody on Dick McButts all the time. Mostly Taser there, as now they will try to get away with this. Dr. Germs holds it in. McButts, oh, and he is quickly blocked. And that is very important. The 2.5 minute mark, we're about halfway through this third period. Vegas, 2-0 lead. If this holds, they get the fourth spot in the playoffs, and everything is decided. If not, the door is open for Carolina to possibly win and get in. If I'm understanding this correctly. The math is a little easier this time than sometimes. It gets real complicated. Here's a shot, though, and a save as PK Paching will get the stick on it. But still, New York holds it in, sends it through. And they're just trying to corral this puck and get it into a good shooting position. Dick McButts with the spin move. A little extra razzle-dazzle. And Meatsell coming out to play this. Oh, he's going to work. He is at the center ice line. And he'll have to get back quickly. The open net there, Marchie spelling him in net for the time being. And now they will switch back in. I think. Yeah, there they go. Okay. So, yeah, you're going to see him pinch up into the play a little bit. New York, a team with pride that they do want to win this game. And a chance, and PK Paching will keep it out of the way of the front of the net. And that was an important stop. Under a minute now, and it's looking pretty good for the Vegas Golden Knights. When the season first started, I looked in and I saw VGK. I'm like, what in the hell is this? And I'd forgotten for a second that, oh yeah, Vegas has a team now. But they have indelibly inked themselves into memory with their play throughout the season, and indeed their play tonight this may be enough to get them that fourth spot. And if they can play like this, if they can play this trapping style and do well against some of these high-scoring teams, then we could see some interesting things in the playoffs. It may not be like last season where it's the top two teams are the ones that get into the finals. And that's going to do it. Put it in stone. Your playoffs are all set. Vegas has punched their ticket to the playoffs. How about that?
Yes, indeed.
So, we will get a look at that, as I said, next week, as this is the final night of regular season play, and we have 2 more games scheduled. We'll see if those games get played. I'm assuming that they will. Here is Carolina. That's got to be a bummer for them. They had a chance to. They were only a couple of points behind. But this is kind of dashed their hopes. But they are a proud team of great tradition. So they are here to represent, win or lose. This is their last game of the LHL Season 14, and they're going to do it in style. They will be in red. It is Deloriax, Gabe, Nargila, Quoof, and Kilpessel. Looked like that is the starting 5 that they have chosen. And they will be playing Chicago, who will be the 3rd seed in the playoffs. They have had a pretty good campaign. It was enough to get them here. And in blue, they are Lobster in a Bush, Omaha, Goose, Drag, and BGP. We are wasting no time getting this game underway. Always happy to see that. I love the brisk professional pace of the LHL. It's not like, who's the biggest shot? I don't know, man. They're always good about that stuff. So we appreciate it, fellas. And so game 2 of our 3 games tonight gets underway with a shot and a save by Goose. Is playing in the net for Chicago. Carolina is in red. The shot coming in. Nargila will be in the goal for Carolina. And BGP, what a shot as he sails one along the length of the ice there. And it stays on the ice. But it goes in. 1-0. Chicago will get the early go-ahead goal. So PK, according to Parabola, saved 85% shots. Is that? Yeah. He was very good, and he was. The thing about being a goalie is consistency, but you also have to be good when your team really needs you to be good. And correction coming in. We're a little delay on the stream, of course. So. But the thing is, coming up big when your team needs you, in those clutch situations, and you can't get a more clutch situation than if you lose this game, your season's over. So, yes, a standout performance from PK Baching, and Dial with a stick handling clinic in front of the net will tie this thing up at 1. Wow.
Boom goes the dynamite.
Yeah, exactly, man. It's the quality of shots that you save. Also, some of those were very high level of difficulty. Well, really, all of these shots are high level difficulty. That's one of the things that I talked to Alex and Luke about, because that is one of the things that they really didn't count on as far as the development of the game in the community was the evolution of the goalie position. Because I know back when we started doing Friday Night Hockey, there weren't goalies. Nobody had a goalie. But I can tell you that those guys as developers are just amazed by what these guys are able to do in the net with no body collision to help them. All they've got is the blade of their stick to make saves. And so to be able to do what they do is It's fascinating to watch, and it's a testament to how many hours these guys have put in. It takes a lot of work to play at the LHL level and the goalie position. They always say it's one of the hardest positions in all of sports, and with the mechanics of the 55 version of hockey, even more so. Which is one reason that they want to really make some improvements on 62 to make it more amenable to the community. And they are working on that. Beautifully done here. Almost a chance, and the puck is still in question. As the attack coming in from Chicago. We'll spin, fire this, but it is blocked, and so Dial will drop it down. Quoof will let it pass back to Nargila. But stolen. BG, he's in front. He shoots. And just wide. The 1 minute mark of the first period. We are tied at 1. And now we're seeing a lot of attack and counterattack from these teams. And so, in the corner we begin again. BG again with the puck. We'll get the attack screened off. We'll go ahead and fire this in, and it bounces off the crossbar. But it does put the puck in play. And now cleared out. Here is Gabe. Quickly turning it to Dial. He's got room in an empty net, and he will shoot and score. As Gabe saw that unfolding, he just turns the stick, pops it over to Dial, and a veteran player like Dial, he's an empty net like that, and it's like, oh, good. No problem. So that will make it 2-1, and it looks like that's how this period will end as we go to the second. Good stuff from both these teams as well. One of the fun parts of doing an LHL season is when you get into these last few games of the regular season, when you get into the playoffs, you really start to see the high level of play get even higher as these guys have found their selves as a team a little bit better and gotten very comfortable with each other. And even after all the crazy trades a team like Carolina makes, for example, throughout the season, and just the amount of play that goes into a season of LHL, even a shorter season like this, you could just see the results right here on the ice. As a falling BG will open up Kilpessel for a chance here. Now he'll send it into the slot that is blocked. And so here is Drag. We'll send it down to Lobster in a bush. He fires it across. And Omaha racing to it, but not able to catch up. They will hold it in the zone, at least for now, as Gabe will send it around to Quoof. Here's BG trying to get the steal. Does disrupt things enough for this chance here. Lobster in a bush! On the knuckle puck will shoot and score. BGP on the assist. And that was just a quickly developing play. And Lobster in a bush, that illustrates right there. That thing was dropping like a Yu Darvish pitch, and it was a difficult one for a goalie to stop. But seeing like the 62 version, you would have the full body to make that stop. But in this version, you do not. So yeah, they were talking about, trying to make the goalie position a little bit more unique in 62. Make the crouch go a little lower so you can do a proper butterfly. But Dial has a hat trick now. At the 2:47 mark of the second period, Nargila fed him that one, so he will get the assist. And Carolina, if things would have gone differently in that Vegas game, this could have been their chance to make it to the playoffs, and they are still playing like they have a chance for the playoffs. Well, because you never know. There could be some dramatic reversal by the Board of Commissioners, and the Vegas game gets negated somehow, and miraculously Carolina gets in. I don't know. I don't think so. Well, I was watching House of Cards, so you start looking for the political maneuverings. But I don't think it's going to come down to that, but still, it's good to see these guys playing with the pride that they play with. I mean, that's what it's all about. It's pride, it's sportsmanship. Even with all the drama and stuff that goes on, there was a call for more sportsmanship in the community just this week, and you know, I was happy to see that, guys. I really was, and I hope that that spirit carries into the seasons to come. Oh, and off the post, a chance off the backhand that will not go. So we're under a minute now, 3-2. It is Carolina still with the lead, and they will keep pushing it through. But yeah, one thing is it is a fairly young demographic, and so for a lot of guys, we've seen the evolution of some of our great community people from, you know, Babby's first trolling. Everybody remembers, you remember your first beer, you remember your first troll, and but that shit gets old real quick, and you still want to play the game, right? So you got to kind of get in line, and we've seen many of those people turn it around and be some of the coolest people that the community has to offer. And I hope that continues. And it's hard not to hold grudges over some of the things that people have done in the past or said to each other and all that, but I'm hoping that with season 15 they can do one of those brand new day kind of things where it's like, okay, let's put all the bullshit aside from before and let's just start all over, and less tolerance for that sort of thing is asserted and enforced, but also, kind of letting the wounds heal from before. It's kind of a two-step thing. We've been through this with other communities before, so I'm hoping we can find that sort of negotiable room for the next season and the seasons to come. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, definitely, Kyle. It is. It should be that way in the first place, shouldn't it? Yes. But people do take the game seriously, and emotions run high. And part of that is because, you invest so much time in this game to play like this. This is a first-person game, folks, if you're just watching it for the first time. Millions that are watching right now for the first time. It is not an easy thing. You put in a lot of work. And sometimes the trash talk feels a little more personal than it should. And sometimes it just flat gets a little more personal than it should. Even I'm kind of have to shake my head at some of these things that have been alleged, or that I hear through the grapevine. But yeah, that's esports to a certain extent, but it's kind of like, do you want to be like Call of Duty esports? Do you want to be like a MOBA? And, I'll just tell you this. No, you don't. And the fact that so many of these people are veterans, lobster in a bush with a veteran level shot there. as BGP with his second assist, and we are tied on the back of that one. And what a play.
Wow, yeah.
But yeah, I think there is definitely room for some introspection and self-improvement, and league-wide, I hope that people can kind of come to some agreements on that sort of shenanigans. Those shenanigans. So the other kind of shenanigans, they have rules for. But but things have gotten a lot better than they were at one point. So I'm hoping that spirit continues. And the people who were kind of problem children in the past kind of come of age and become pillars of the community that everybody looks up to. It doesn't take much. I mean, don't be a dick is a good baseline starting point. And then kind of take it from there to whatever level that you want to take it to. But there's only so much preaching I can do, and it doesn't do any good anyway, because people are going to do what they want to do. But take it from me, it's worth doing. And just a big shout out to this community. It's kept it going all these years. I mean, some of these guys, like I said, have been playing a long time. The redirected front, and Nargila with a tough stop, as that one changing position right in front of him. He stays with it, and now it gives this team a chance to move it the other way. Kill Pestle now in the corner, working with it. So we'll come around, and they will hold it in. In fact, this is going on net. It will be Goose on the stop, and we are still tied with under a minute left. Next goal will win it, whether it is done in the next minute or in extra time. Now moving around, Lobster in a bush, sending across to Drag. He will hold it up here for BG, as the knuckling one goes in! BGP! As that one bobbled a little in front, as Nargila was just trying to knock it down, and it goes over the line. And Chicago will take the 4-3 lead with 30 seconds left here in the third period. How about that?
Oh, hell yeah.
So, it's 16 seconds now. It is Carolina with a chance to strike back. Kill Pestle again. Dial skating up to the net, waiting for this. And a bunch of blue jerseys getting in. And they will hold them off for the victory, as Chicago, who will be the third seed in the playoffs, which starts Sunday on the HQM network, they get a victory tonight. And that's the end of the line for Carolina. A solid season. They had a lot of personnel changes, but they fought all the way to the end. So, got to give them a lot of credit for that. They will be back. And so, we'll see if we have this third game or not. Yeah, it wasn't as Gabe-ish a season, yeah, you're right, as we would expect. You talk about veteran players who can play any position. I mean, we've seen Gabe excel, in goal and in front, skating forward, and everywhere else. But yeah, it was just they did a lot of tinkering with the lineup, and I think in the end they had a really good team when all was said and done. But yeah, just time kind of ran out on them. So, and yeah, time has run out on the LA Kings. We'll see if they're here tonight, as they thought they were eliminated on last week's show here on Thursday, but it turns out that they weren't. They were still in it, but on Sunday they were mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. But a team with a lot of hustle. I had to give them a lot of credit. The goalie in that one, Ike, they said he had never played goal before, and he took them to overtime. So I did not know. I think that's the first time we've seen him here on Thursday night, and he did a very good job of keeping his team in it. So shout out to those guys. Yes, they are scheduled to take on Calgary, who are here. I believe Calgary's still in first place, and will most likely end in first place, I guess, if my math is correct. Sully says he's completely checked out of this league mentally. Well, I hate to hear that, man. That's Sully, another great player, but he's here. And the Kings are here as well. They are going to be in red. They are bringing Fuzzy, Flarney, Lucic, Altrey, and yes, Sully. We'll see who Calgary puts out. Will Calgary show up with 5? It looks like they will. And okay, so Icy's here for LA. Oh yeah, and yeah, I don't always catch everything that happens in the in-game chat, and sometimes it's for the best. I think you just never know. But we'll wait and see what happens here, as the time has frozen, much like the ice upon which these teams skate, and it gives us a chance to say once again thank you for another great season. We're happy to be here all the way through for this one, and I want to thank everybody that helped on the GoFundMe to get a new computer for us here at the Independent Broadcast Network, and for me, Winners with One. That was a huge thing. And missed a bunch of the last season as a result of just having computer problems. So just happy to be back to cover everything this season. And thank you, Parabola, and thank you for all the coverage that you do. I've seen some of those casts that they look good. Yeah, and just showing up is half the battle a lot of the time, man. It is. It's been so difficult to get people they're interested in covering this game full time. We see people do it for a while, and then we see people that are good players that want to stream, but they're also playing too, so it's hard for them to make time to do it. So just having some great full-time guys, such as Parabola, who's doing a great job in production, as well as just covering this stuff. It's a wonderful thing. I hope to see it continue. And so in blue, self-plug, I will be here to if you score on Thursday night, we'll be letting the world know, man. The millions of viewers that watch this stuff will have your name etched in their memory. Calgary in blue, they will be Tony Flo, Keasato, Dwayne, Big Bamboozle, and Goal Machine, of course. And hello to John What? Something on my screen. Oh, okay, I see that. I don't know what that... Okay, wow, that's weird. Oh, okay. That's, oh, I see. That's from the chat, man. Oh, I'm falling for the oldest tricks in the book here on the last game of the regular season. Here we go with it. And again, thank you for watching. We appreciate every viewer we get. And oh, a chance in front. That will be stopped by Sully. He may have said he checked out mentally, but he has not checked out physically, as that one proves. Yes, big save by Sully, says Sully. Indeed, man, indeed. And so the rocket coming around and down. A bouncing puck swatted at, led towards the net, and cleared away. And again, the aforementioned Sully will get a stick on this and try to push this into play for the Kings. As Icy gets to it, KS Auto pursuing closely. KS Auto, of course, one of the main reasons that Calgary has been such a stellar team. They have a great lineup of shooters, and you see one there. As again, Sully with another big stop. So now we'll see Goal Machine get one as well. But the puck going in the other direction. Chance here, and KS Auto will slip it from the forehand to the backhand for the goal to make it 1-0. And yeah, no matter how good your playing net may be, when KS Auto just snakes it in front of you like that, it is a difficult thing to stop with the tool set that these guys are given. Oh, and that's one way to keep them off of the shot, is just a belly up into them. But you do what works. And now the pass across, maybe one pass too many, as this one flies out of play. Or at least behind the net. Not completely out of play. We don't have the big nets on the side and stuff to hold the puck in. But the shot here will go wide of Sully, as now Dwayne with it, sending it in front. Oh, and Sully with a jump stop. I don't think he needed to jump there. He just leapt in excitement before making that stop. But downtown and in, KS Auto with his second goal of the game. Goal Machine with his second assist of the game. And 2-0 is your score, as Calgary, a team at the top of the league, is showing why here in this first period of our scheduled 3-period game. And looking at an empty net is this LA King team. But stolen chance here, skates across, shoots, what a stop by Sully! My goodness! Woohoo! He has really put it on him a couple of times here, despite the score not being in their favor. He has fought him off hard in that one. A very tough point-blank save. And now coming through, and now Goal Machine. He was anticipating having to make a similar stop on the other side, but he'll get some help from the defense. As now Altre looking for Lucic. It is stolen. And a chance in front, skating across the rebound. Dwayne will be there to finish it off and make it 3-0. As Otto probably should have got the assist on that. But Dwayne there to pick it up in front. And again, as a goalie, there's not much you can do, and there's that much real estate. Oh, and again, big defense there, as back checking was John Mont and Lucic. And so a pretty wild game, although it is mostly on the Calgary side, well, in fact, entirely on the Calgary side, that the goals have been scored. 13 seconds left in the first period. Yeah, I think Sully's right. The fact they made out of this period, oh, Lucic. Oh, a nice one there. Puts the biscuit in the basket to make it 3-1. And so this is a closer game, yes, than would be expected. But yeah, he was saying it's a miracle we made it out of that first period. And yeah, it's just a barrage of shots from this Calgary team, showing why they are the class of the league right now, and definitely favorites going into the playoffs. But this scrappy LA Kings team is staying with them. But Dwayne will tap it off the post and in. Quesada with his first assist of the game. Dwayne, 2 goals, 4-1 your score. And Calgary just picking up where they left off in the first. Now we're in the second. Altre will move this along the boards. Again, it is Quesada who is there to take this puck away. And as soon as they try to move it out, he just gets a stick up and holds it in. But now LA starts to move it, and a collision there. But still hang on. Oh, moving through a triple team, and somebody finally reaches in with the stick and gets a hold of that. So now bodies colliding at the face-off circle. It will be icy. Shoots blocked. And this will be a chance for a breakaway here. Dwayne, he's got room, he's got time, he's got the backhand, and he's got the hat trick to make it 5-1. My goodness.
Strong play is its own reward.
Indeed. And so Calgary looking very good. Oh, yeah, well, I don't think she's programmed to say Austin, but we'll see what happens in the playoffs, right? This is a team that is destined for the playoffs, and LA playing with definitely some tenacity, even though this is their last game of the season, and even though they are getting the lights shot out on them here, they are still hustling and making plays, and Sully's fighting them off the best they can. So here they go, a chance, and oh, how did that not go? John Mont will get his own rebound and shoot and score. I see on the assist, and John Mont keeps them in it, 5-2. So they are trying to at least not have a forfeit loss, and they are still, in fact, in this game. It's a 3-goal deficit. Certainly not insurmountable by LHL standards. And if they were to come up with a defeat on Calgary, I've got to wonder how that would affect their mindset going into the playoffs. They've definitely got their hands full with this LA team, but Calgary, again, is so good. And another good shot, and Sully there to keep this out. Oh, the tip, and how did he make that save? Oh, again, the redirect. Oh, it's enough to make you lose your voice. But down to the 1 minute mark of the second period, and KS Auto with the hat trick, Dwayne on the assist, and it is 6-2. So that 3-goal lead becomes 4 with a minute left to play in the second period. So it's been an entertaining game and continues to be. Oh, and patient, waiting, taking his time, laying it in front. KS Auto with his 4th of the game. They're trying to end this in the second. Can he do it? Oh, Sully says no. As he slaps that one aside. A 6-goal deficit ends it under the forfeit rules of, or the mercy rule, I should say. I don't want to get my rules all messed up here. But with 10 seconds, turning, firing, it is KS Auto. He is loose. And he will shoot and score, and that will do it. And the GGs come out. And Sully, although he had about 1 million saves, I lost track. They're going to take the L in their last game of the season tonight. But honorable display by this LA team. Have to hand it to him. And that's what you like to see. But indeed, that will do it. And that'll do it for the regular season. That'll do it for figuring out who is going to be in the playoffs. And those will start, as we said, Sunday on the HQM network. You'll definitely want to tune in for that. And assuming that any of those playoff games, let's see, it's going to be the 4 teams will be Calgary, New York, Chicago, and the newly minted playoff team, the Vegas Golden Knights, with their victory tonight. And so, assuming that those games go to, if none of those are sweeps, we'll see you on Thursday with more of the playoffs. And then the week after that will be the LHL finals. They don't waste any time getting into the playoffs and finals. And we will be there for that. Again, 5, 6, and 7, the games, if necessary. And I remember last season, I hated to miss it because I know this was fun. It went to us. There was a 7-game overtime finals. And should that happen again, that's going to happen here on Thursday night. So you'll want to see how things unfold on the Sundays and Tuesdays, and should things build to a thunderous climactic event, we'll be here on Thursday to pick those up for you as well. Oh yeah, but from all of us here at the Independent Broadcast Network, thanks again, and don't forget, tomorrow night, Friday night, is Friday Night Hockey, and we'll be here to bring you that at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 7 o'clock Central, and we'll be playing version 62, and who knows, some of the guys from Cryptic Sea may pop in and play. You never can tell. But we'll just be having open skates for fun, and we hope you join us for that, as it's a little less serious than LHL by design. I think, and that's another reason we're doing it, talk about all the drama stuff too. It's good to have an outlet night where people will play, just for fun and Sometimes I think even the pub star nights get kind of hectic, from what I'm told. But yeah, it's a lot more laid back in version 62 on Friday nights. So we hope that you will join us for that. And we'll see you then. I'm Winners with the One. I've been here with Aila, and we have enjoyed every minute we have casted of Season 14. And it's not over yet, as next week, join us for the playoffs. Playoffs?
Playoffs.
Playoffs?
Playoffs.
Yeah, we get to do that again. So, won't that be fun? So, we'll see you then, if not before. And we love you very much. Good night.
Night.